We're now ready to take control of the call by asking the investigative questions. But let's first look at what today's callers don't want to hear, especially if they've already been online or if they're online while they're on the phone.
Honey, I'm gonna put the kids to bed now.
Okay, dear, kiss them again for me.
Good afternoon. Thank you for calling award-winning City Center Hotel. This is Eeyore. How may I assist you?
Yes, I'm trying to plan a surprise weekend for my wife and I to get away from the kids, and I needed some help, please.
Okay, when is it? How many nights? How many people?
Just the two of us?
Okay, I have a non-smoking double for $125 and a king for $150. You want to book it? Unfortunately, that's what I all too often hear these days when I randomly call companies and hotels that apparently think that voice reservations is a dying distribution channel. Now let's take a look at what else today's callers don't want to hear.
Good afternoon. Thank you for calling City Hotel. This is Jennifer. How may I assist with your travel plans today?
Hello, this is Ben Johnson. I'm going to be in town next Tuesday and I need to check some rates for a hotel.
Certainly, Mr. Johnson. I can assist you with that. That's next Tuesday, the 29th of this month, correct?
That's right.
And how many people?
Just myself.
Have you stayed here before?
No, this is my first time.
And are you traveling on business or leisure?
I'll be there for an interview, but I'll be stuck at the hotel for most of the time.
Okay, well then let me tell you a little bit about the hotel. Since you are traveling on business, you will enjoy having wireless internet. We also offer a complimentary newspaper and a pool for you to relax after a long day. Our rooms feature an iron, ironing board, and hairdryer and coffee maker. Would you prefer a king or two double beds? Good afternoon. Thank you for calling City Hotel. This is Jennifer. How may I assist with your travel plans today?
Hi, Jennifer. I'm going to be there next Friday for about 3 nights, and I'm just trying to check some prices.
Certainly, I can assist you with that. So that's next Friday, the 2nd of this month, correct?
Yes.
How many people?
It's going to be my husband and my 2 kids.
And have you stayed here before?
No, actually, it's going to be my first time.
Are you traveling on business or leisure?
We're going to be there for the citywide music festival that's coming up.
Oh, okay. Well, then let me tell you a little bit about the hotel. Since you are here on leisure, you will enjoy wireless internet. We also offer a complimentary newspaper and a pool for you to relax after a long day. Our rooms feature an iron, ironing board, and hairdryer and coffee maker. Would you prefer a king or 2 double beds?
That type of reservation sales process might have worked in the late 1990s and the early 2000s when hotels were implementing nifty new features such as internet, in-room coffee, and flat panel TVs. But in today's environment, it is simply not compelling. It does nothing to differentiate your product from the competition. In listening to real calls these days, I have never once heard a caller react and say, "You have internet? Really? And I can make coffee in my guest room? That's incredible." Instead, I hear most callers politely enduring this feature list. Others might even interrupt and say, "Thank you, but I actually don't need to hear all that. I really just wanted to double check the rate." So instead of asking only those most basic questions and then launching into our scripted sales pitch, we first need to ask the right questions. Now, of course, we need to still ask what I call the mandatory or the inventory search questions in order to check availability in our reservation system. This typically is going to include the arrival and departure dates, always reconfirming that day of week and date of month, the number of adults and children. Especially if you're a leisure destination, you always want to ask for the ages of the children as well. We need to also ask about the bedding and the room configuration. And we still need to ask those important questions we had to ask back in the 1990s to determine their level of familiarity and the reason for their travel. So, have you stayed with us before? And may I ask what brings you to the area are still important. If you work at a remote, leisure-only destination, you might want to replace what brings you to the area with, are you celebrating anything special while you're here with us? But these days, regardless, we must push on with one vital question. As in checking those dates, are there any questions I can answer for you about our location and our amenities? This question will help you determine if they're interested about information about the overall experience, or perhaps if they have a specific question, or if they simply want to double check the rates and fees.